We are talking astrology today. Welcome. Astrology is an ancient, occult wisdom perspective. Our ancestors till today have used to know more about ourselves, how we can position ourselves more advantageous in the universe, how we can take advantage of specific planetary forces. So the whole field of forecast readings is trying to teach you and prepare you to be conscious in that field of planetary frequencies. I always say you can imagine those planets as gods and goddesses, and they come knocking at your door. So having the new moon in Capricorn, Capricorn is coming knocking at your door, and your perception will be a very emotional one. So you perceive those specific personality traits through your emotional body. And this new moon is specifically special and important because it's happening on the beginning of the year, New Year's Day, January 1st. So we're going to discuss what that really means and how you can take proper advantage of it. Welcome to my new video about the coming up new moon in Capricorn. You will be in the right place also if you're just interested into Capricorn personality and qualities. So if you have your sun in Capricorn, your moon, your ascendant, or any other planets, I believe this material will be interesting and profound for you. We will talk about the new moon in Capricorn, which is January 1st, 2014, first day of the coming year. And then we will look into what that exactly means. So we have to dive into the Capricorn archetype and personality. And then I always encourage you to hang in there till the end, because this is where it gets really interesting, because there you're going to get the practical suggestions, how to ride the Capricorn wave, how to apply those energies in the best and most successful way, and how to deal with the shadow aspects of Capricorn. So I hope you will enjoy. This is Shakti Carola Nevrin, your host for today, and I am what we call evolutionary astrologer. So I feel very passionate about astrology, and my intentions for the video is to educate and inspire you to dive deeper into astrology. I have been personally doing astrology for 35 years, and I just love it. So I hope to move you deeper into the mysteries. The new moon in Capricorn will happen January 1st at 3:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at 11 degree Capricorn. Obviously, this is a very special new moon, not only because it's in Capricorn, but because it's exactly January 1st on New Year's Day, and we all hold that in some kind of reverence. The new year starts. So in astrology, we always work from the principle that in the seeding moment, all the information how that potential will develop, can develop, is already there potentially. So here we have a new moon happening on January 1st on New Year's Day. It's in alignment with Pluto, because Pluto will be on the moon and on the sun. And then in a span of a few days, that is squaring Uranus. So there's a lot of energetic high pressure going on here. But before I'm diving into that, I want to briefly talk about why even bother with lunar astrology. And my answer is that the moon obviously has a very strong connection to our inner world and our perception, because we can see the moon cycle. We can see the moon waxing and waning. So we can follow the cycles of the moon throughout the months. and use that to become more self-conscious and aligned with our inner world of feelings, which the moon represents. So the whole purpose of consciously following the moon and the different signs of the zodiac is to develop an emotional intelligence. So we just use that as a mirror, as a reflection for who we are inside. When I do readings and I present the moon in the chart, in the birth chart of somebody, I pay a lot of attention to that because the moon represents the inner world of emotions, how we perceive the world through that emotional channel. And we have to live our moon in accordance to the position of our birth chart because the moon ultimately is the source of joy and happiness. So if you do the moon right, we have that sense of safety, security, alignment, and joy in our life. So the new moon means that some kind of creation is starting anew out of the infinite of potentials. So this is, first of all, a good chance to get yourself to know better. Also in that process to really become more self-conscious and self-aware and self-realized of the higher potentials, how to express yourself into the world. So if the new moon means that beginning of an emotional journey throughout the months, and this is happening at the beginning of the year, you can imagine that this is a very special new moon happening on this New Year's Day. And then, of course, the new moon really depends on how it will play out by the sign it is in. So it's a chance for a very specific area of emotional growth and therefore a deepening and integration of what that area represents in our life, in our personality. So that's why we want to talk about the mysteries of Capricorn today. The mysteries of the Capricorn archetype are here in the picture, represented by the picture of the mountain goat, which is the animal we associate with Capricorn. And this is the glyph of Capricorn. So Capricorn is one of the earth signs, the third one in the evolution of the zodiac. And Capricorn is a sign of learning about responsibilities and loyalties and ultimately alignment with reality. So usually Capricorns get pretty good at that over time. When I say getting pretty good at that, you could imagine your birth chart or whatever transits we're having in the air or moons. It's representing us with a specific lesson plan, with energies we came in to learn about and integrate. So for Capricorn, if you have any planets ascendant in Capricorn, or if the new moon is actually as a transit happening in Capricorn, it means that the lessons of Capricorn want to be integrated, need to be integrated. And I want to remind you that we all live the astrology of our birth chart, as planetary energies coming into our life. The question is only on what level do we live it. So this is where consciousness comes in. So more we know about what's coming towards us, so more choices we have about what to do with it. So here the Capricorn personality is also symbolized by the archetype of the wise elder. So it's ruled by the planet Saturn, which is kind of a figure for that wise elder. But we could also look at Capricorn as the prime minister, the hermit, the strategist, the father. All these are pretty powerful positions and job descriptions. So this is a sign leaning naturally towards learning about responsibility, taking on the load. By doing that, Capricorns are learning about integrity, learning about great works. When I say great works, I mean like projects which need a lot of attention, a lot of energy, a lot of discipline. And then in the end, you look at a finished result. You harvest what you have sown. So these are the great works I'm talking about. Then also the Capricorn learns about what it means to be solitary, to be independent, to know how to take care for your own needs. And then there is a tendency to get along with very little in life. So Capricorns have this tendency to be very minimalistic. We can relate to that when we think about the mountain goat, which is living very high up the mountains, where there are little greens, little to feed on, and yet they climb the highest mountain and survive. So this is kind of a strong signature of Capricorn. They can survive with very little and make things work. And in order to do that, the Capricorn personality learns to maintain undivided focus on your goals. So this is something, it's like a muscle you learn to build. So older Capricorns usually are pretty good at it. If they have set an intention, if they have a goal, they just know what it takes to get there. And usually it's taking action, taking the next step and the next step, and applying yourself. So the evolutionary goal for Capricorn, the ultimate goal of the lesson plan, is to develop integrity, maturity through self-discipline, and ultimately to gain satisfaction through hard work. Like imagine you're climbing a mountain and you're schlepping your backpack and it's hot and it's sweaty and it's hard. But then when you reach the mountain and you have that look into the other mountain tops, then is where you feel this really deep satisfaction. So this is Capricornian work. And like all the other signs in the zodiac, Capricorn has a shadow. So the archetype of that shadow is the tyrant, the control freak, which comes with a whole load of rigidity. And this is the only way, my way is the highway. And the tendency to be a workaholic, to forget about fun and joy life has to offer. And when you go too much down that road, you might encounter depression, loneliness. It can feel like an endless winter for the soul. And of course, I only point this out that this is a low-end possibility of Capricorn. But because Capricorn has so beautiful high potentials, of course it comes with a very strong shadow. So as always, consciousness is the key. So this is where you can go wrong. And having said all that, now I want to get to how you can use those Capricornian energies. If you have them in your chart or if you just face them in the coming months. So one question I invite you asking yourself is, do you feel lonely, depressed, overworked? Then you know that you are dealing with a Capricorn shadow. On the other hand, where do you need to learn more self-discipline and where do you need to push and really apply yourself? A good Capricornian question is, how are you contributing in a nourishing way to your community you live in, to the bigger picture? And you also might want to contemplate about the question, what is your bigger plan for your life? What are your goals? What are your goals for the coming year? What are your goals for 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road? Who do you want to be in your wisdom years when you hit your second Saturn return around 60? So whenever we have a clear picture and a clear plan, there's so much more support from our environment, of the forces we attract to us according to our consciousness. So it does make sense to think about these things and contemplate them. How to ride the wave with this Capricorn is to take a deep look into your daily structures. Are they serving you? Do you plan enough time in to have fun, to do things which nourish your soul? Then setting goals. A good way to get there is always journaling. So that's how I do it. I sit after my meditation and just start brainstorming. And then if you have set your intentions, your goals, then you want to really come to a place of commitment. Committing yourself, putting a timeline on it, not just, oh, I want to be successful this year. No, it has to be much more concrete than that. And you put down what you want to do till when, and you have much higher chance of success and reaching your goals. Another way how to ride the wave with Capricorn energies is rethinking what it takes to stay healthy. Saturn and Capricorn are connected with the skin and skeleton system, teeth, joints, all kind of chronic diseases. So these are the areas, if you are a Capricorn, where there is a potential weakness there. So you want to pay extra attention. Reorganize what it takes to stay healthy or to regain your health. So in my research as a migraine sufferer, I have come to 4 areas. First of all, supernutrition, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, we all know the soils are depleted, so there is not so much nutrition in what we're eating, even if it's organic. So to really pay attention how you get good nutrition into your body through juicing and smoothies, organic food. These are all cornerstones to super nutrition. The second point is detoxification. Of course, it's so obvious that nowadays we have all these things to put up with, and to find ways to detoxify is really important. So colon therapies, coffee enemas, infrared saunas, all those are very helpful there. Then the whole area of oxidization. There are water oxidization machines out there. I'm just playing around for myself with hydrogen peroxide, where you go through a specific regimen with food grade drops. Very important to do that right. So you want to research it before you start onto that. And this kind of oxygenizes your body from the inside out. And then, of course, exercise. I mean, we all are spending so many hours in front of the computer. So we need to balance that out. We need to get up in between. We need to take the stairs instead of the escalator. We need to have our daily movement. Another way to complement the Capricorn energies are the use of the crystal quartz, the crystal gemstones. They come in beautiful groups, in single crystal, double terminators. The most important thing for the crystal quartz is that how you can see here how it grows out of this kind of murky, more clouded kind of area, and then it grows into this clarity of the tip, the focal point. So this is kind of what the crystal quartz can help us in Capricornian times and needs. It can help us to focus our energy and to get clear and to crystallize our intentions and efforts. So if you're interested in gemstone therapy and metaphysical aspects, I'm gonna send out a more in-depth video about the crystal quartz and its metaphysical qualities for this month. So the next full moon and culmination of this new moon, of course, will be in the opposing sign, which is Cancer, and January 15th or 16th, depending on where you are. And I will send out an extra video about that. I'm always in favor of enjoying the ride and not just when you reach your goal. So this month it will be enjoying Capricorn, enjoying to focus, to get clearer about your life's intention, and especially here, what do you want the coming year to look like? So sit down with your journal, brainstorm, and then crystallize it down into manageable steps. And every plan is only as good as it takes the integration of it. So you need to immediately start on taking steps, taking action. So I hope you enjoy this. If you haven't done so yet, now it's a good time to sign up for your subscription so you will be kept informed whenever I have a new forecast video ready and up. So please subscribe if you like my work. You can also go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com, to sign up for my newsletter, which will also give you a free report for your love stone based on your birth chart. So if you love gemstones, why don't you do that? And of course, if you like the material I presented, please like me. Again, this is how you can reach me. I'm living in Hawaii, so my phone number is 808-878-8182, or you can go to my website, mauiastrologyreading.com. So if you're interested in a personal reading, that's how you can reach me. I have been doing astrology for 35 years, so I have a lot of experience, and I really, really love to do this work because I see again and again how much of a difference it can make in somebody's life to have that kind of high wisdom and evolutionary perspective. So call me and we can do our reading through Skype online, and you can come visit me here on Maui. So as we say here, aloha, and thank you for visiting, and I see you soon.